Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sisters of the Strange. I'm Landrey.
And I'm Shae.
And I am sorry that we missed last week.
Where have y'all been?
I know,
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
No.
We didn't do anything wrong.
No, last week was a wild one.
Mm-hmm.
We had some like family things and my birthday, so we decided to just let it go. Let it go.
I was trying to make sure that Landry wasn't like stressed out on her birthday weekend. She's like, a weekend? And I'm like, nope, it's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Just leave it alone. Yeah, it was an interesting one. It was good, but it rained on my birthday, which wasn't too bad. That's kind of my vibe. I was asleep by 7:30.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day.
I was like in bed. I messaged you. I was like, showered in bed, 7:30. Good night.
Like, happy freaking birthday.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to talk about.
I went to Billy Bob's last night, watched Shenandoah. That's about all I got.
Ye freaking haw.
Blistered my feet super bad. Oh, I haven't even told you. We're at the table. We got a table with like all of our people. And like two of them left. And so there was kind of not left, but they just like went to the restroom or got a drink or whatever. And there was a table. What?
My mom said there's tornado sirens going off in town.
Well, we just started.
Oh, yikes. I swear to God, I'm going to eat myself into it. Anyway, we'll keep you guys updated. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, when I pressed record, the bottom of my computer says severe thunderstorm warning, but like I don't hear anything.
Okay.
So we're fine.
We're just going to ignore it.
Yep, we're okay. So last night we're at the concert, right? And you're at a concert in a group setting, like it's Billy Bob's. There's talking, there is noise. There are hundreds of people. And this girl turned around and looked at Aaron and Omar, which is my husband and one of our friends. And she was like, we're at a concert right now, and all I can hear is you two. And like, did this. And Aaron said, well, my bad. I was talking way louder,
Girl.
and she did not center me out. But I was like, I just looked at her for a second, and she turned around and never turned back around. But I was like, ugh.
Ew, that's nasty.
Nasty behavior. I would understand if you're in a movie theater or maybe a more serious concert, but like you're literally in the most crowded place where people are just drinking and hanging out.
You were in a honky-tonk bar.
We're drinking and hanging out.
Yeah, good.
Like,
Out of my face with that.
Yeah, so that was my only horror story from last night.
One of my coworkers embarrassed me in front of a doctor the other day.
Oh.
It was Alyssa. Alyssa, you know the story, but I'm going to tell Landry. So one of the physicians that we work with, he's like super cool, like super normal, and he doesn't work with us very often. So he was in for like his like one of his couple shifts for the week or whatever. And we were talking about the episode. Me and Alyssa were talking about the episode where I got noticed at the grocery store. Yeah. And she was like, oh my God, like somebody noticed you. And I was like, yes, girl, like where have you been? So we're talking about it and he's like walking by and she goes, oh my God, did you know Shae's famous? And I said, stop.
Relax.
And he was like, what? You're famous for what? And she was like, she has a podcast. And I was like, Alyssa, stop talking. And he was like, you have a podcast about what? And I was like, stop talking. And I was like, it's about ghosts and murder. And he was like, oh my God, what? Like he was just like kept asking and asking and asking. And I was like, I'm so uncomfortable right now. I was like, I don't like this. And I was like, I was like thinking back of all the things that I've said on the podcast. And I'm like, I don't really want him to listen to it.
Hey, that's what I told you.
He was like, what episode do you recommend? And I was like,
none of them.
And like every single episode that we've ever recorded was just out of my brain. I was like, I don't know.
Go find out. Go read a title and let me know.
I was like, I am so uncomfortable. But yeah, it was funny. So I don't know. Maybe he listened. Maybe he didn't. JP, if you're listening, hi. Sorry.
That's what I told you.
I was embarrassed.
That's when Jared, that day when we were at the city, like with the city, and Jared was like, she has a podcast. And I was like, oh, I say a lot of foul words on there. Yes. You need to relax, which they're all really cool. But still, I was like,
sometimes I also sound really dumb on here.
Yeah, please don't.
Please don't. I'm really smart.
Yeah, we have brains. That or my friend did message me. Her name's Remington. And she messaged me and said, I'm just catching up on the podcast and I'm watching you. And her husband walked in and said, that looks like Landry. And she was like, maybe because it is. And I was like, oh my gosh.
One of my friends that woke up the other morning to her daughters watching us all day long. They had us on the TV on YouTube and they just played every episode. And at one point her husband goes, okay, I am tired of listening to Shae's voice.
Get her off the screen right now.
I was like, honestly, fair.
Yeah, same. Whenever someone commented on our episodes one time and said that we have a soothing voice.
Where? When?
couldn't be me. I think you're talking to the wrong
Never
people.
in a million years did I think my voice would be soothing.
No, I didn't think we'd get that either.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Rock on.
Now I'm like listening all around us. I'm like, what?
Apparently there's like super large hail and high winds coming. So we'll feel the winds up here if it really starts to blow because we'll start swaying.
Oh.
Okay. I think that's it.
All right, let's get into it.
Are you ready to hear about what we're going to talk about this week? Because it's kind of fun.
Yes.
It's kind of like crazy off the wall, but like fun.
Okay.
I kind of talked to you about it a little bit.
Oh.
So there is a new movie that just came out based on some old movies that are some of my favorites.
Ooh, okay.
I'm
in. I know what we're doing.
You might have heard of it. Not sure. Final Destination.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Those are some of my favorite movies on the face of the planet.
Yeah, we watched them when we had our slumber party that one time when we did like masks and stuff. And it was like our friends were leaving that day and we were watching them. And I think all of our friends were like, pick me up quicker.
Yeah, come get me. Mom, I'm scared.
Yeah, please.
I love Final Destination. So today we're going to make it real life. We're going to talk about some real crazy deaths that have happened in the world.
We also used to watch every day after school.
1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah, we must be in this shit.
Yeah, we in it. We deep in it. So I went and saw the new Final Destination this weekend. And it was really good. The storyline was really interesting. It was, I mean, obviously the same where like the death like goes down the line, but it was a little bit different. And there was a little bit of a twist on it. And the ending was kind of a twist. It was pretty good. It was a cheesy gore, not cheesy. It was a gory, bloody, wild, never would happen in a million years movie, you know? But I just love that shit. So here we are. I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about some real life crazy deaths.
I'm in.
So I have like a whole list and some of them don't really get into a whole lot of depth. So like, I'm just going to leave it up to your interpretation because that's part of the fun. But we're just going to go down a list and talk about some of this weird shit.
A little yapping.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because there's some crazy ones in here and it just makes you like kind of want to laugh a little bit.
You're like,
and
really?
You're like, huh. Really? Did that really happen? It did.
It did.
It did. So I have them kind of like broken down by like segments. So this one's like super random shit. So this first guy, his name is Mike Edwards. This happened in 2010. This guy was a founding cellist for the Electric Light Orchestra. I don't know if you know them, but they're like a big like band, like orchestra type. It's like electric orchestra music.
Okay.
You'll have to look them up.
Okay.
You would probably maybe
It sounds
know.
it would be like Siberian orchestra type
Kinda.
shit.
Yeah, kinda. But not Christmas.
Yeah.
So he was a cellist in that band. He had left the spotlight, left the rock and roll to lead his quiet life. He ended up actually like being like a meditation like instructor. He just had retired and he was doing his thing. So one day he was driving around through Devon, England, and a 1,300-pound hay bale broke loose from a field above the road, rolled down the hill, busted through a fence, and crushed him in his van.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What a way to go.
I mean, imagine being like a rock star and dodging all of that shit.
Yeah.
And you die by a stray hay bale.
A stray hay bale.
Like what?
Oh my God. That reminds me of one time I was in the car and we were going to Lubbock. It was like me, Prairie, Macy, I think Haley. I don't even know who else. Driving in this car and this just tumbleweed just smacks us. And it was Prairie
Big
driving.
tumbleweeds, man.
Yeah, it was Prairie driving and it was after she had her car wreck. So she was already like nervous, you know?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's screaming.
Giant.
Yeah.
And you're like,
how? Why? Where'd you come from? Yeah. Could you? Listen.
Listen.
Look, listen. A 1,300-pound hay bale rolling down the hill at top speed just.
Did we not hit our brakes or drive faster?
He probably didn't see it coming.
No, I'm not looking for stray hay bales
no,
either.
I'm not either. To be fair, I'm not either.
What in the world?
Yeah, so it was investigated a little bit, but like obviously it was determined to be a freak accident. No foul play involved. Nobody pushed the hay bale.
Somebody's like, gotcha.
Just really bad timing. Yeah, I'm gonna kill that Mike Edwards guy
with this hay bale.
You're a terrible cellist.
You know what? New way to kill somebody.
Put it on the list. 1,000 ways to die.
We're adding it.
Keeping a tally. All right. The next unfortunate gentleman, his name was Robert Williams. This happened in 1979. He was the first person to be killed by a robot. He was working at a Ford Motor Company plant in Flat Rock, Michigan. The robotic arm that was in the factory malfunctioned. Robert climbed up to retrieve a part manually when the machine struck him in the head. Just conked him. Killed him. That'll do it. That's a way to die. So they didn't have any like safety like sensors or anything in check. Like 1979, I didn't even know they had robotic arms in factories at that point. But I guess at a big place like Ford Motor, maybe. So yeah, no sensors detected him and just whacked him in the head, killed him.
Bye.
Bye. Night night.
You said, why are you doing my job?
Yeah, get out of here. I'm trying to take over the world. And his death actually triggered a major debate about AI and machine safety in manufacturing, which we're still having that debate to this day.
Yeah, that'll go on forever. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
So just straight up Terminated the man.
Stop.
Killed by robot. Anyway, moving on. This one I don't really understand. We're going to have to maybe talk through it a little bit.
Okay.
Because I just like really don't get it.
Okay.
This happened a long ago.
Okay.
This man's name is Francis Bacon.
Love that.
Love that name. Allegedly in 1626.
Who kept record of this?
Don't know.
Did they write it on a stone?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe that's why there's not a whole lot of information. So Francis Bacon was a philosopher and some kind of early scientist, and he was inspired to do this experiment during a carriage ride. He bought a chicken, gutted it out, and stuffed it with snow to see if cold preserved the meat. Kind of worked, but then he caught pneumonia and died a couple of days later. So I don't really know. It says that he died after freezing a chicken, so it's kind of a stretch. But like, did he get pneumonia from being out in the cold?
Yeah.
Stuffing this chicken with snow, which I also don't understand. Put the chicken in the snow, maybe.
Maybe they meant salmonella.
I don't know. Maybe. That would make more sense.
But cold though, yeah.
This one I just don't really understand, but
death by chicken.
Don't handle raw poultry on the side of a snowy hillside, I guess.
Note to self.
Put that one down on the list.
I literally thought you were about to say that he was going to like gather chicken wings and try and use them to fly. I thought this is the direction we were going in, and I was so excited for it.
I wasn't going to put this one in here because it didn't make sense to me, but I was like, you know what?
I like it.
It fits the bill because it's just random.
So obscure.
It doesn't make any. Yeah, right. It's so obscure.
There's actually one of the castles. I think it was Stirling Castle. And there was a guy who made his own like wings out of feathers and tried to jump off the side of it and totally plummeted to his death.
Well,
but he tried. And I thought that's where we were going with this.
In theory, he wasn't wrong.
No, he just didn't do something right.
Something was missing. Something was missing from his experiment. That's wild.
Oh, goodness.
This next one is my favorite one, personally. Okay. So these are like the ones that kind of have a little bit of irony involved. So this man's name is Clement Vallandigham. Clement Vallandigham.
I like that.
Okay.
I want that to be my name. I married wrong.
In 1871, he was a lawyer. He was defending a man accused of murder, claiming that the victim had shot himself. To prove it, he picked up the gun, which rightfully so he thought was unloaded, in a courtroom, reenacted the scene. Gun went off, he shot himself in the stomach, and he died. But his client was acquitted.
Well,
he won the case.
You know what? It worked. He did his job and he did it well.
Literally. Talk about taking one for the team, Clement. What a guy.
He's like, you know what? I got you. Don't worry.
If my lawyer isn't going to back me up like that, I don't want him.
No, we need a new one.
What a guy.
Are you willing to shoot yourself in the stomach for me? Because if not, try again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with somebody else. Sorry.
That's so
Are
insane.
you familiar with Clement Vallandigham? Yeah.
Educate yourself.
Come back to me later.
Have you not seen how many times that happens like on like movies and shows where they're like filming and it's supposed to be a fake gun or a prop gun, it ends up being like a real gun.
Like on the scene of The Crow, the original Crow movie.
I don't know.
What the frick is that guy's name? Somebody's yelling it at me right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, he got shot on set.
So Aaron said like it was one of the Baldwin brothers just fought through a whole trial
Alec
too.
Baldwin.
I haven't
somebody
seen
on set.
any of it, but had to like fight through that.
Yeah, that was like a whole thing. It's crazy.
I literally don't pay attention to any media at all. I watch ghost shows. So I have no idea.
The same ones over and over and over on loop.
Genuinely. That's it. They're like,
but yeah, it happens.
You know, the unique viewers, but their views are just going up, and it's because there's no unique viewers. It's just me. It's just me.
Hello, it's me.
I'm back.
So yeah, that one's I think like top of my list. I just love that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I know, it kind of sucks, but also he won the case, so like I'm excited about that.
In spirit, my guy.
Godspeed, brother. Okay, this next lady, her name is Isadora Duncan. Beautiful name. Died in 1927. So apparently she was some kind of like famous dancer, some kind of like interpretive dance, ballet or something like that. Don't know exactly.
Okay.
She was known for wearing long flowy scarves. And she was riding in a convertible in France. Nice France. And her scarf got tangled in the rear wheel axle. It yeeted her from the car and it broke her neck instantly. And she was like drug for like a little bit. But she was dead already.
You want to hear something so insane? My mom made my brother a Superman cape one time.
No capes!
No cape. A Superman cape. He was like 21. And he rode it on the street bike. And it got caught in the brakes in an intersection. And about did the same thing. But he wasn't going fast enough.
No capes.
Yeah. Wasn't going fast enough. So he's in the HEB parking lot. Or like Walmart, one of them. I think he made it to the Walmart parking lot. It was one of those intersections right there. He's in a parking lot and we have to go try and like pry this cape out of the brakes. But the brakes melted it to where it turned from like that nylon material or whatever, the silky-ish material, it was hardened into the brakes.
Oh my God. That's some Final Destination shit.
He gave it a in the middle of the intersection.
Oh, I should probably take this off.
So Caden almost died like that as well.
I mean, so it's
realistic
the chances
in a
of
weird
dying
way.
from a scarf attack are low, but never zero.
Never zero. They are there.
They're there. It's documented. Okay. So that's some serious Final Destination shit right there. But apparently that one was very ironic for her because that was like what she was known to wear. And that's
like
how she died.
I feel like that's how it's like what you're known for.
Yeah. That's very like from a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like it would be a plot from Final Destination.
I love it. I like her name. Or like scary stories to tell in the dark. That's totally a scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
Like why her ghost always has her scarf on and it's because it's holding her head onto her body.
Ugh, gross. But yes. True. Okay. Who's next? Circa Sari. These names, man.
I kind of like that. That's different.
1939. She was a Finnish actress. She was at a hotel party after finishing a movie. She went out to the rooftop to smoke and mistook the chimney opening for a balcony entrance and fell directly into the furnace shaft and died instantly. Whoop. I mean, what? Tell me how a chimney opening looks like a balcony.
I want to know, why doesn't Santa Claus die when he goes down the chimney?
Correct. Like what? Well, Santa's is magic. Santa Claus is magical. So let's not forget that. Circa Sari is not magical.
Not
human.
magical. She's not Santa.
No, she's not. I mean, have we ever seen him in the same place at the same time? That's all I'm saying.
Point. You know what? You're going to be my lawyer.
I could probably be a pretty good lawyer. That's all I was saying. I'm not going to shoot myself in the stomach, but I can make it look pretty realistic.
Catch up in a fake gun. I got this. Nerf gun. Ew, we just did that 2 times. Don't ever do that again.
Oh, it was bad to happen. The really sad thing about this story, though, is that she was only 19 years old.
Oh, well.
Womp womp. But
womp womp.
you shouldn't be smoking cigarettes, girl.
Go piss, girl. Do what you want.
When I said break a leg, I didn't mean literally.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's insane. Just right down the chimney. Can you imagine, like, I want to know how far she made it down the chimney shaft. Did she make it all the way to the bottom floor where people are like, oh, shit.
Right. Like, oh, damn, there she is. Oh, man, she did. Damn. There's some noises going on out there. Been hailing for at least 10 minutes so far.
Oh, wow.
Now it sounds like the house is being hit by large rocks.
I kind of like a good storm.
I do too, but it's a little sketchy in here. There's been times where I've been in the middle of a storm in here and I'm like,
is this it? Well, hopefully not, because my car's parked under us right now.
Eee. We're about to be in our own Final Destination movie.
Death by hail.
Scary. Y'all see me get knocked out. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Landrey knows CPR. Does she? That look into the camera was crazy.
I've actually been watching The Resident, so I've learned a lot. Give me a good ChatGPT and I got you. Anything you need.
Walk me through this.
I'd probably die giving you CPR. I would die before you died.
It'll be fine. Okay, this one's kind of terrifying. So this one is the little category I called deaths that just feel cursed.
Oh.
So this lady, Joyce Vincent, died in 2003. She was found in her North London apartment in 2006. So she was dead for 2 years before anybody found her.
3 years?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Math is hard. The TV was still on, and she was still surrounded by unwrapped Christmas presents. And, like, she had friends and she had family, but, like, nobody noticed that she was gone.
In 2003, you don't know that someone's gone? We have phones.
Hello? Her official cause of death. Are you ready for this? Asthma combined with a peptic ulcer.
So that's how I'm going to die. What are you doing? You know better. What's a peptic ulcer? What's it feel like? Where? How do you get it?
Use your context clues, Miss Resident.
I don't know what the fuck peptic is.
Your tummy. It's your stomach.
My stomach hurts all the time.
Oh! Just keep your phone on you. That's it.
That's it.
That's how we die.
Bye, y'all. Don't look for me for 3 years.
Call me in 2028.
Yeah.
Fast math.
Look at you.
Woo! Yeah, so anyway, that's crazy because what?
So her ulcer exploded and it gave her an asthma attack?
Or maybe she had an asthma attack and it caused her ulcer to explode. I don't know. I've literally never heard of anybody dying from a peptic ulcer before.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It was probably just her asthma. And then she just happened to have one.
Yeah.
Because that asthma, girl, that'd be getting you.
That'd be getting you.
For no dang reason.
And
you know what? That's crazy. Because whenever I was wrapping presents, I was having horrible like asthma. I think I was allergic to the wrapping paper I was
Don't
using.
wrap alone.
No.
Don't
do
ever
not
wrap alone. You're going to end up like Joyce Vincent.
Joyce Vincent. No, I think I'm allergic to like one of the wrapping papers. It was one specific one. Because you know I'm allergic to like cleaning supplies, but I think it's kind of like the wax of the cleaning supplies. Because it's always like the wax, the floors, the fruits and vegetables, how they have like the waxy shit on them. And the wrapping paper had waxy stuff. So I kind of think it's that.
Probably.
But it gave me asthma. I stopped using it. I threw it away because I was like,
smart
having
Gil.
asthma attacks.
Smart Gil. I am sweating.
It's getting, I don't know, kind of
getting windy out there.
Western. Do you want to look outside?
No.
Or was it going to make it worse?
I don't.
Can I look outside?
Sure.
Okay.
Please hold. It literally is green outside. Who's next? Helen Davey. This happened in 2023. She was staying in a Spanish rental property, and the bed had like a hydraulic lift system, like one of those, you know, thingy things, up and down things. It collapsed on her while she was retrieving something underneath, and her neck was trapped by the frame, and she died from asphyxiation. That's a terrible way to die.
Oh my God, no.
Absolutely horrendous way to die.
Yeah, from someone who has asthma and is terrified of like not breathing, screw that.
Yeah, hell no. And she had actually emailed the landlord days before complaining about issues with the bed.
This bed be jacked up.
Kilter.
You know, there's a lot of people who like
Death by IKEA.
call their
Dun, dun, dun.
dun 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 death by IKEA. You know, there's a lot of people actually like almost like call what's going to happen to them when they die.
Yes. That's like Final Destination. That's why I love it so much, because it's just the irony of it all.
I do love Final Destination. I need to watch
so
it.
good. So bloody.
Delicious.
Don't look at me. I'm a weirdo. Okay. Next up is Clifford Jones. He died in 1999. He was a Scottish farmer. He was outside tending to his flock. And there was a particularly grumpy sheep and charged at him while he was near the edge of a cliff. Witnesses say that he tried to fend off the sheep, lost his footing, and fell to his death.
Peace out, Clifford.
That's ironic. His name is Clifford and he fell off a cliff. I'm sorry, that's not funny.
R.I.P. Clifford and
R.I.P.
your family. But
Womp
womp.
womp womp. Again, here we are. It's fate. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Last one that we're going to talk about. His name is Isaiah Isaiah Otieno. He died in 2007. This one's actually super terrifying. So he was in Canada walking down the street in Burnaby. A helicopter in the sky lost control and spiraled into him on a sidewalk. Just
Relax. There's buildings around. Apparently not.
Peace out. Sometimes the sky just said, yeet.
That's it.
Gotta go. You wouldn't know.
No.
You wouldn't know. And by the time that you did know, you're not getting anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
No.
Truly a 1 in a billion. If you ask me.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
That's
Killed
so
by a
scary.
helicopter falling out of the sky.
That's so terrifying. You just look up and
Imagine
it's just,
being like around. Imagine if there was anybody around. I'm sure there was.
yeah, and they're just,
I mean, you're disintegrated. There's nothing left of you.
no. That's what actually Aaron said the other day, not on his pad, but a different pad out there. There was a like pinhole leak this much, but the amount of pressure that was coming out literally like sandblasted and disintegrated this guy.
Oh!
Like he was in pieces. They didn't even know he died because his body was in so many just like not.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Because it's so much, it was sand, it's 2 pounds of sand or whatever, how they explain it, but I was like,
Nuts.
he missed it. That guy got missed it.
Oh, poor guy. Whew,
Yeah, I hate
R.I.P.
I'm like, I hate oil field jobs.
Oh, it's
They
so
freak me
scary.
out.
I mean, you literally could just explode at any moment
yeah, and my husband
in
works with
multiple different ways.
yeah, Aaron works with explosives. So he sent me a video one time and it's like 1,300 pounds of steel. And it's like they lift it up and they have to crane it over and then they put it down and then they put it into the ground and then they send it off, like explode it. They get to a certain depth and they explode it and then they bring it back out, build that same set of guns again, take it down, go further, explode it. And they do that like 7 or 8 times in one shift. And Aaron used to be on the ground. And so he was in charge of like making sure everything was where it's supposed to be. And they lifted it up and it got loose in the setting, like it got loose in the tool. And so it came down. And if his hand had been out like this, it would have taken his hand
It would
out.
have been gone.
Oh, he would have died. If it had like been a foot over in his body, instant death. It stuck into the ground a foot into the ground when it hit the ground.
There's just so many things in the oil field that could just go wrong at any moment, like
Yeah.
chain reaction of events. That's just
And those
instant
like
death.
what he does, they can surface explode and kill everybody
Yeah.
every in sight. I'm like, how about you just don't tell me? Even just
Yeah.
the drive, they drive on like the most dangerous road in Texas. And I'm like, just don't let
Correct.
me know.
Yes.
I just don't want to know.
Yeah. That's horrifying. Horrifying.
Is that how you feel right now? You look a little nervous.
It's just rain. It's raining. I'm okay. Out of all of those, the gunshot to the stomach, favorite, hands down. And I think Clifford Jones is also.
I like the scarf.
I knew you would like that one.
I like the scarf.
We're going to have to start yelling here in a moment.
We might have to pause. We had to take a momentary break because it was getting a little loud out there.
We're back. Everything's fine.
Yeah. There's just a metal roof. So when it rains, it's like.
It gets real loud in here. But anyway, what I was saying was these stories, none of them are like super in depth, obviously, but I just thought it was very interesting because it brings up the conversation of like fate and like just if it's your time to die, you're gonna die, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's why planes don't really scare me is because like if this is my time, I'm going to either die on the plane or I'm going to die in the car that same day. Or I'm going to die at home in bed. Like if that's the day and the time that I've stamped on me, like that's it.
Yeah, you can't cheat death, which is the entire plot point of Final Destination. So I just think that that's very interesting. That's why I like it so much, because it's begs the question of was it a coincidence? Was it fate? Or like, was it truly just an accident?
Yeah.
You know, and you were just wrong place, right time. Wrong place, wrong time, depending on how you look at it, I guess. But yeah, it's just wild. And I was thinking back, I was like, have there been any moments in my life where I feel like I possibly cheated death? Not like truly like cheated death, but like been in a situation where it was like, oh, I could have died like easily or been severely injured. There's two instances. There was the one time when I was driving home from work and I totaled my car. Easily could have died had I not been wearing my seatbelt, because I normally don't. I know it's a terrible habit. Normally don't wear my seatbelt. Was wearing my seatbelt that night. Hit a tire in the road going about 70. Destroyed my car. But I was fine. And then the second one happened when I was younger. This one comes to mind a lot when I think about Final Destination because it literally feels like a scene from that movie. I don't know if you were there. We were at a tractor pull. I was at a tractor pull, and it wasn't one of the normal ones that we would go to. It was in West.
Maybe.
In the town of West. And so normally we would like be in Glen Rose or something, but it was for some festival. And my grandfather did like tractor pulls. He had like a hot rod tractor and they would pull like super heavy weights and on this trailer and see how far they could go. It was really loud, big, huge tractors, humongous wheels. I mean, ungodly sized wheels.
I was there. I know what you're about to say.
Were you?
Yep.
So we're waiting for Papa to do his run, and the tractor right before him is going. And I mean, they are giving it every bit of horsepower that they have. Those tires are just spinning. And there's no cover. We're literally out in the middle of outside, and we're just like in these like lawn chairs, just sitting right where they're pulling these tractors. And this humongous tire flies off of a tractor and just dunk, dunk, and starts bouncing like straight for where we're sitting. And everybody just jumps out of the way and is like screaming and running. And this tire just dunk, 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 just runs through the freaking crowd. I don't think anybody got hurt. But
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't there for that one. I thought you were about to talk about the one where the tire popped.
Oh,
and we thought there was like a gun. It was so loud.
A bomb
and we
going
all
off?
like, bah.
No, I do remember that vaguely, but this one, the tire came flying at us. And I just remember it like coming right for me, like seeing like it would be something that you would see in like a 3D Final Destination movie. This freaking tire just blowing right at you. So yeah, that was my Final Destination moment.
You cheated death?
When I cheated death. Yeah.
I don't really know if I have any. You know, there's certain days where like I listen to it heavy, like I've got intuition and that girl be on. And so if it's a day where I'm like, something says I'm not supposed to drive today or like go to Fort Worth or whatever it may be, I won't. I just won't. And I never like look further to see if something like happened on my potential route or anything like that. All I can ever think is like maybe the one time I had a super, super bad asthma attack and I somehow pulled through and I don't know how, but I was like shaking and blue and I somehow made it out without an inhaler or breathing treatment. That was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened. I called Mom. It was whenever we were at middle school. And, you know, the gym was so far from where the parents were allowed to pick you up at.
Yeah.
And I called Mom and I was like, I need you to pull into the parking lot. And she was like, I can't. And I said, I need you to. And she was like, I can't. And I was like, well, I guess I'll walk. And, you know, in middle school, you carry 15 bags.
A million things.
Yeah. So I'm carrying all these bags. And by the time I got to the truck, she was like, oh, something's really wrong. But then we were stuck in traffic. And so
you can't go anywhere.
I was literally just in the back seat fighting it. Like she was holding, because it was when she was married to Matt. So Matt was driving and then it was Mom. And I was in the back seat in the middle, like leaning over the console, like trying to breathe, shaking because I couldn't get any like
air in.
Yeah. And my lips were turning blue. And she was like, we got to get out of here. And by the time we got home, I'd like fought through it. But I don't think I'd be able to fight through it today.
No,
like my lungs
terrifying.
aren't near as strong as they were back then.
Yeah.
And it's just because I was so active then. Now I'm not very active. So my lungs would have just.
There's a difference. Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't feel like. I just know there's days where I'm like, I'm not doing that today.
Anything like super freak. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I just listen.
Wild. It's crazy to think about. I'm sure there's other instances where, but that one is the most prominent one in my mind.
Yeah. That one is like very Final Destination.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot where like, or even when you go barely out of your normal route and then something happens that would have happened on your normal route and you're like that happened to Aaron one time. He was supposed to be on like nights or days, but he was on nights and someone out west got fired and they ended up driving all down the main roads that he would drive to work. Someone got fired out there and was shooting every oil field truck they saw.
Oh, yes.
It was a huge chase.
Yes, I remember that. My mom was out there and I was freaking out because it was where they caught the guy. He was right across the street from her apartment complex.
Yeah, in the Synergy at the movie theater.
Yep.
Yeah, because I had left that morning. I had been staying the night and Aaron
freaking out.
Aaron lived over there as well. His apartments were over there. And I was like, wow, I had just left. And it was like the path that guy took, the time he had taken. If Aaron had been on
his normal
schedule, he would have been literally on the exact same path at like the exact same time. Like there was actually someone who shut up on pad and they were like, that guy literally was behind me or in front of me at a light and like shot the person in front of us at the light. And he said, I just drove as fast as I could to pad.
Oh my God.
Like it happened.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it was very scary. That guy was just shooting everybody inside.
Yeah, that was a scary time.
And Aaron like was sending videos on it. It was kind of morbid, but like he was showing me like Snapchat videos on his way back from location home because there's just vehicles like blood hanging down like
oh my
insane.
God. Yeah, that was terrible. I remember that. I was texting my mom. She was like, I'm trying to get back to my apartment. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And at one point they thought he had gone into the mall. So like all the people in the mall were in hiding and like the news station was in the mall. So you're trying to watch the news and then the reporters would be like, 1 second. And they would run off and hide.
Yeah.
And then they'd come back to their little desk.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was scary.
When I did this, I had a thought. It was, both of my near-death experiences involved a very large tire.
Oh.
So that's kind of scary.
Let's watch out for tires.
Because the tire that I hit in the road on the highway was like a tractor trailer tire, like a 18-wheeler tire.
Yeah.
It was very large. And then the tractor.
Mine might be death by Sonic. Every time I've been in a car wreck, I've been eating Sonic.
True.
So I'm scared of Sonic. I mean, I ate cheese sticks on the way here from Sonic, so that's not good.
That's not good. That's okay. Everything's fine.
Now I'm a little bit nervous. In a weird way, I'm a little nervous.
Well, you know, as long as you just like
avoid Sonic
and don't think about it and everything will be fine.
Well, I ate it today, which is what puts me on edge.
So anyway, I don't have anything else. If you guys have any near-death experiences, please feel free to share them with me because I love that stuff.
Yeah, we're finally starting to get more emails. We've gotten a couple more.
Yay! There's like trickling in.
3 that I haven't read, but as I read them, I'll respond to you. And then I also, the one of the last people I emailed back, I said, I will let you know what episode we put it in. Like whenever we read them, we will send an email that says, hey, you know, look out for it here. Yeah. So I made some email signatures for us. I haven't put yours in yet. I put mine in just because I was answering. Yeah. But so we're like getting official.
Oh my God. Yay. Yeah. Eventually we'll put all that stuff in an episode once we get our shit together.
Yeah. We're just flying by the seat of our seam. Did we ever decide what it was? Seat. It was seat. I think it was seat, like sitting, flying by the seat of your pants. I don't know.
By the seat of your plants.
We did the research because we've said it wrong before on the show.
I think it's seam.
I think it was seat.
Flying by the seam of your pants. I don't know.
I thought it was seam.
I thought
the seam is what we decided sounded right.
Seat sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's like. Whatever. It's what we want.
This
is my podcast.
I don't care what the real word is.
Yeah. Get over it.
Say whatever the hell I want. God.
But yeah, send us stories to sistersofthestrange@gmail.com. It will be where Shae's hand maybe was.
Kind of is. Okay.
Maybe.
If it rained again.
Go to all of our socials, like, follow, subscribe, do all the good things. And we're about to record another episode with this. Rain.
And pray that Shae doesn't die in a tornado. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Sisters of